Welcome back to the channel. We're back with our 2021 player outlook. This time we're talking Odell Beckham Jr., wide receiver, Cleveland Browns. As always, we thank you guys for hanging out with us and taking a journey through fantasy football madness with us. Like, subscribe, hit that notification icon. As always, let's get to it. All right, so of the 14 guys that looked into OBJ, we think he's going to finish somewhere low wide receiver 2, high wide receiver 3. So wide receiver 22 to 28 overall. 7 are buying, 3 are holding, 4 are selling. I want to know what you're doing with them. Are you a buy? Are you a sell? You holding them? We do think his ADP is going to be the same or very similar to where it is now next year. And as always, he should be a weekly starter in 2021, to be quite honest. If you're looking at the ADP side of things, from a redraft perspective, he's setting about wide receiver 27 or 66 overall. And if you're looking for a dynasty perspective on the ADPs, around wide receiver 39 or 105 overall. So that's the one that I want to ask you about. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Is wide receiver 39 like way too low for a guy like OBJ? Or is the name recognition too much for you? Like, where are you at with OBJ when it comes to a dynasty perspective? Let me know in the comments below. I will say, when you look at him, he's had 2 seasons of the 7 that he's been in the league. So, 5 of the 7 years, he's played, at least 12 games. 2 seasons last year, and then 3 years ago, or 4 years ago now, he played just 7 or less. So, when you look at a guy like OBJ, with the amount of talent at wide receiver that's come in the league, a guy like this could slide down a little bit. But he shouldn't. Quite honestly, when you look at, even his first season in Cleveland, he was targeted 133 times. 133. Now, obviously, first year in that offense and still clicking with the quarterback, he only caught 74, but still over 1,000 yards. And even last year, he was averaging very similar production to the year before. So he was well on his pace to break 1,000 yards again in 2020 with new coach, new scheme. So why can't he do it this year if he's healthy and good to go? Some of the guys on the team are cautiously optimistic that this is the resurgence of OBJ. He's been humbled at his time in Cleveland, and they think he's ready to prove his worth. It feels like it's been a lifetime since Eli was helping Odell. But he should still be a number 1 guy on a very good team. So, with all that being said, this is the guy that, from a dynasty perspective, if you're looking for wide receiver help, he's pretty under the radar right now. People do seem to be forgetting about him with all this intrigue, with all these rookie wide receivers the last few years, and with the injury bias and not being around for a little while. Like, I would target him if I were you guys, if you needed some wide receiver help. We have seen probably the best from OBJ. Now, we may not see, 13, 14, 1,500-yard seasons, but I'd feel comfortable saying he's a 1,000-yard receiver still, especially even in this offense with the talented running back, the other pieces on the field. Why can't he be? If you don't think he is, let me know in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. The guys in the team are, like I've already shown you, pretty much across the board, a little bit everywhere. Some are buying, some are selling, some are holding, but we all still think he's got some fairly good fantasy value. Thank you guys as always. We love y'all. We'll talk to you next video. See you.